Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling something that, well, stresses a lot of people out, the airport.
Definitely.
Our mission here isn't just, a vocabulary list. We're aiming to give you a full workflow guide based on the material you sent us.
Hmm.
We're pulling out the key communications, the essential procedures, step by step, the goal to help you ditch the travel anxiety and that feeling of being overwhelmed.
Yeah, and that anxiety, it often comes from not knowing what's next,
Yeah.
right? That lack of control.
Exactly.
You're in this unfamiliar place, everything's moving fast, you don't know who's going to ask you what.
Right.
But what's great about this source material, it's like a practical guide, really laid out chronologically, is it tells you exactly what to expect
And what to say.
and precisely how to respond. We're basically turning that uncertainty into a predictable sequence. You'll feel like a pro before you even walk in the door.
Okay, I like that. Building your personal travel blueprint. So let's jump right in. Where does this blueprint start?
Right, the very first interaction, the check-in counter, this is where it all begins. The source really stresses being clear, being polite, says it cuts down anxiety straight away. So what's the best way to kick that off?
Well, the source suggests getting straight to the point. No messing about.
Makes sense.
The phrase they give is perfect. Hi, I have a flight to New York. Can I check in here?
Simple.
Yeah, tells them your destination, why you're there, and confirms you're in the right spot. All in one go. It's efficient.
I think that directness is key. Okay, so you've stated your purpose. What happens next? Usually they ask for your documents, right?
Exactly. They'll likely say something like, "Can I see your passport and ticket, please?"
And the response. The source says keep it super simple.
Yep. As you hand them over, just, here you go.
That's it.
That's it. Confirms the action, keeps things moving. We tend to overthink these simple bits, but honestly, direct works best at the airport. Good point. Okay, next step is usually baggage. This is where things can sometimes get tricky, maybe with fees or weight limits, they'll ask.
How many bags are you checking in? Something like that.
And the key here is just being specific.
Totally. If you've just got the one suitcase going underneath, you just say, just one suitcase.
Or 2 bags, if it's 2.
Right, just be clear. Helps avoid any mix-ups between your carry-on and what you're actually checking.
Okay, bags are sorted. Now you get that crucial piece of paper, the boarding pass. You shouldn't just stand there waiting, right? You ask for it.
Yeah, politely. Can I have my boarding pass, please? And once you have it, you need to look at it straight away. Which brings us to something the source highlighted as a point of confusion. The gate.
Ah, the gate. Seems simple, but people get mixed up.
They do. The gate is just, well, it's the place you wait before you board, like the plane-specific door in the airport terminal.
Got it.
Your boarding pass will have the number say Gate 12B and, crucially, the boarding time, maybe 3:30 p.m. Knowing that gate number gives you your next target.
Which naturally leads us to security. Okay, moving from check-in to security, that feels like a big mental shift. You go from a one-on-one chat to this, very structured, almost automated process.
It does. And yeah, this is often the most stressful part for people.
I can see why.
But the steps themselves, they're actually manageable if you just stay calm, follow the line.
So what's the workflow there?
Well, first, you queue up, and then, you guessed it, you show your passport and boarding pass again.
Keep them handy then. Don't pack them away after check-in.
Definitely not. Keep them easily accessible.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get to the conveyor belt, the scanning machine.
Right, for your carry-on. That's the bag you take onto the plane with you.
You put that on the belt.
Okay.
But this is where things can get a little unpredictable, with specific instructions.
Yeah, this is where they suddenly tell you to do unexpected things.
Exactly. Things that break your rhythm. You might hear, quite abruptly, take off your shoes.
Or the classic, take your laptop out of your bag.
Yes. And if you're tired, or maybe the officers have an accent you're not used to, these quick instructions can just make your mind go blank.
Okay, so this is where that recovery phrase from the source material comes in. If you miss something important, you need to pause things. How do you do that politely?
It's about asking clearly but respectfully. Two good options are, sorry, can you repeat that, please?
Alrighty.
Can you say that again slowly? The key is, It shows you need clarification without being difficult. It's like a universal pause button for communication when things get confusing.
I like that, a universal pause button. Okay, quickly on the liquids rule.
Yeah.
Everyone knows no large bottles, but actually dealing with it, they'll probably just ask straight out, do you have any liquids?
Right. And if you've packed properly, with those little travel size bottles,
Yeah.
you just say, no, only travel size ones or something similar. The main thing is the volume. If you did accidentally leave a big water bottle in there, just own up to it. Oh, yeah, sorry, forgot about this water bottle. I'll throw it away. Don't try and hide it. Just comply. It's faster.
Right. Compliance is key, and the metal detector, if it beeps.
Just stay calm. They'll do a quick check, maybe with a wand. It's usually nothing major.
Okay. So you're through security. Phew. Big hurdle cleared. But now you're in the main terminal. Maybe it's huge, and you need to find that gate. That number, 12B, is your mission now.
Absolutely. Look for the signs, the big screen showing gate numbers like A3, B12, C5, whatever.
But what if the signs are confusing or you're just lost? You need to ask someone.
Don't hesitate. Especially if you're short on time, find an airport employee or even another traveler who looks like they know where they're going.
And this gives us our second really useful phrase. How do you approach someone?
Again, politeness first.
Yes.
Gets their attention. Then, clearly, where is gate 12B? How do I get to gate 12B? Use that specific gate number from your pass. Simple question. Saves potentially a lot of stress in running.
Good tip. Okay, you found the gate. You're there. The hard part's mostly done. If you've got time before boarding, maybe grab a coffee or something.
Yeah, this is your chance. You can use simple phrases like, can I see the menu, please, if you're at a cafe.
Or just, I'd like a coffee.
Exactly. But, and this is important, keep an ear out while you're waiting.
For the boarding announcement.
Yes. Listen for something like, Flight 22 to New York is now boarding at Gate 12B. That's your cue to get ready to move onto the plane.
All right, you made it through the gate. You're walking down the jet bridge onto the plane itself. Next step. Finding your seat. Your boarding pass has the number, right? Like 14A.
Yep. And the source had a neat little AHA moment about those seat letters, the ABC part.
Oh, yeah. What's the secret code?
It's usually pretty consistent, actually. On most planes, A is almost always a window seat,
Okay.
and F2 if it's a bigger plane with seats across.
Right. So A and F are windows. What about the aisle?
That's usually C or D, the seat next to the walkway, the aisle, sometimes B or E on smaller planes.
So knowing that little code helps you figure out immediately if you need to head towards the window side or the aisle side of the row.
Exactly. Saves that awkward shuffling past people. If you see 14A, you know you're aiming for the window in row 14.
Smart. Okay, you find your row 14. Now, what about your carry-on bag? Stowage.
Simple task here. Put the bag either in the overhead bin, the compartment above your seat, or slide it under the seat directly in front of you. Just make sure it's out of the aisle.
Got it. Now, interacting with the flight attendants, what if you need something during the flight?
Again, keep it simple and direct. If you need, say, a blanket because you're cold, catch their eye politely and say, excuse me, can I have a blanket, please?
Or if you just have a general question.
Excuse me, can I ask something?
Yeah.
Works fine.
And when they come around with drinks or food?
Same principle. They're moving fast. State your choice clearly. I'd like some water, please. Or, can I have orange juice?
Okay. But what if, you don't understand something they say? Maybe the announcement about turbulence was unclear, or they spoke really quickly.
Use that recovery phrase again. It works just as well here.
Sorry, can you repeat that one?
Exactly. Or, sorry, I didn't understand. Can you repeat that, please? It just slows things down, shows you're trying to follow instructions. It's perfectly fine to ask.
Good to know. Now, one more thing before landing, especially on international flights. Those forms they sometimes hand out. Customs or immigration forms.
Yes. And the source had a really practical tip for this.
Which was?
Always keep a pen with you when you travel.
Yes. Sounds small, but it's so true. Saves you scrambling to borrow one while everyone's trying to fill out the form.
Totally. And the form itself usually just needs basic info. Your name, your passport number, your flight number.
And why you're visiting.
Right. Reason for the trip. Tourism, business, study. Just keep it brief and accurate.
Touchdown. we've landed. But you don't just jump up, right?
No. Wait for the seatbelt sign to go off. Then you follow everyone else off the plane and head towards passport control or immigration.
Right. This is another point where people sometimes feel a bit nervous, but the questions are usually pretty standard.
Very standard. The officer needs specific info. They're not looking for a long chat.
So, what will they typically ask?
Almost always things like, why are you visiting? Or maybe, how long will you stay?
And the best way to answer? The source says keep it short and factual.
Exactly. Just the facts. I'm here for vacation, or I'll stay for 2 weeks. Give the simple, true answer and just wait calmly. No need to elaborate unless asked.
Okay, simple and direct. So you get your passport stamped, you're through. Next stop.
Baggage claim. The big room at the carousels where, hopefully, your checked suitcase appears.
Hopefully, but what if the worst happens? Your bag just doesn't show up. That's a high-stress moment.
It really is. If that happens, find the help desk for your airline immediately. Don't panic, just state the problem clearly.
Using that contingency phrase.
Excuse me, I can't find my bag. That kicks off the process for them to help you track it down.
Okay, fingers crossed you don't need that one, but good to know. So you've got your bag. Now for the final hurdle, customs.
The very last step before you're officially out and into the country. And luckily, they usually make this pretty simple with a color-coded system.
The green and red channels.
Exactly. It's designed to reduce the thinking needed right at the end.
So let's clarify. Green channel is for.
Green is for nothing to declare. The source says this covers most travelers, basically, if you're just carrying your personal clothes, laptop, normal touristy stuff.
And red.
Red is if you do have something to declare. That could be, valuable goods you bought, things you plan to sell, maybe large amounts of cash, or restricted items like lots of alcohol or tobacco over the limit.
But for most people on vacation or a standard business trip,
It's the green channel. Straight through. It's a huge relief, that simplicity.
okay. And this brings us to our final key phrase, a real confidence builder. What if you're heading through green, but a customs officer stops you just to double check? What do you say?
You just state your situation clearly and calmly. The phrase is, I have personal items, nothing to declare.
Nice and simple.
Yeah, it just confirms you know the rules and fit the green channel profile. And with that, you walk out the door. You've done it.
Wow. Okay, so we've really walked through the entire airport journey there, from that first, can I check in here, through understanding security commands, figuring out seat codes.
The A is the window.
Right, all the way to confidently saying nothing to declare at the end. It feels like having these specific phrases and knowing the order of things really does build that confidence we talked about.
Absolutely. It shows that successful travel communication isn't about knowing hundreds of words. It's about knowing the right few words, keeping it polite, keeping it direct, and knowing when to use them.
Following the sequence.
Exactly. Following the sequence gives you that sense of control that lets you apply what you know effectively and just lowers the stress level enormously.
Okay, so here's a final thought for you, the listener, to chew on. We've seen how simple politeness, just saying please or thank you, combined with these clear, direct phrases, really acts as a buffer in that busy, sometimes confusing airport world.
A universal buffer.
So now that you know the when and the what for these key interactions, think about this. Which specific part of this process, maybe it's remembering that recovery phrase, can you repeat that? Or the check-in opener, or even just the seat code trick. Which bit will you maybe focus on practicing or remembering first to make sure your next trip is as smooth and stress-free as possible?
Great question. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We hope this helps on your next journey. Safe travels.